Hello musical friends and family, today is March 22nd, 2024 and it's Friday. Happy Friday! I want to talk about something completely random. It has nothing to do with the playlists and it has nothing to do with the solo series which I'm working on. But I want to talk about it today because I was inspired by a dream I had last night. And this is about focusing on yourself. Now, I know a lot of people can hear about this. Focusing on yourself and what I don't have a lot of time to talk about it because I gotta go to work, but I just want to do a quick video as talking about that today. And focusing on yourself, I'm quite a master at that. Maybe on the physical sense, but maybe not on a emotional, spiritual sense. I'm still working on that for me, and maybe it might take quite some time. But the physical part, no problem. I'm in hermit mode all the time. I normally keep to myself. I'm always amongst alone. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to do the solo series where you do certain events and it's just you. Just to inspire that, basically to use that as you're focusing on yourself. But yeah, focusing on yourself requires a lot of just you and you yourself and your time by yourself alone a lot, you know, and also to self-evaluate in those moments. In a way, that's kind of why I like the fact that I don't have a social media besides YouTube. Everything else that I once had, like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I decided to walk away from that this year in February. And that was my choice. Everything else that it was just stripped off for me, but I had to learn life to live without that for quite a long time. Now, I can never say never when it comes to those social medias, but at the same time, I'm saying this right now, it's not a need right now. It's not a need for me to be on those things, and to be honest, I don't think I left a mark on those. Not as much as I did on here on YouTube. But it's weird because you don't want to push away people, but at the same time, you're hoping that those people can understand that if you're going through something in here, it requires a lot of just you on your time. And some people just think that, oh, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, you just really just want to focus on yourself and you want to just have it with just you. There's something about here that you need to clean up here as a person, as an individual. And that's what I'm working on. Physical part, no problem. I keep to myself, like I said again, I keep to myself a lot, and I don't really hang out a lot like I used to. And the only two people that are actually the closest right now is really just my parents, and who I'm grateful for to this day. But I just focus on me a lot, and I probably hang out with two of my closest friends, two of the friends that I've been hanging out with, and making me smile and laugh, which thank you, but everything else, I've just been focusing on me, and focusing on you is the best thing you could ever do for yourself. Yes, it's the hardest thing that you do for yourself because it's just you. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to focus on myself and focus on my life and focus on my priorities, and all of a sudden, you know, you do that for 3 months and then you go out into the world and then all of a sudden new people get involved, or people, you know, want to get to know you, whether, you know, and then all of a sudden you go back into that mode of that I'm not too sure about in here, and then what you do is you turn away everybody else, or you turn away those people that really want to get to know you. Things like that. That's when you know you don't want to keep doing that repeating cycle over again and over again and over again, because it's not fun. So what you have to do is you have to know you're fine. So what you have to do is you just focus on you, right?
Right.
You just gotta focus on you. It's not fair for those people who, you know, who come in your life and they really want to get to know you, and then they really want to see what you're all about, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know, I gotta go. Yeah. And then they don't understand why you gotta go.
They have no idea what you're talking about.
They don't know what you're talking about. So they just know that, oh, this person is probably just, no, it just means they're just really need to focus on themselves. And focusing on yourself is the best thing you could ever do. It's the hardest thing you could ever do. Mm-hmm. But as long as you just stay in your lane, you focus on yourself, you focus on just you, then you're in like Flint. Mm-hmm. And my problem is that I need to stop looking at it where focusing on yourself is like, oh, you work on your job a lot, or you're in work mode, you know, and in a way that's not focusing on yourself either. That's just pretty much just drowning yourself into your work, but yet not really. And then at the end of the day, you still like cry about,
I should do this and that.
I should have done this and that, and you don't want to do that. That's not helping either. So that's why doing the solo series is going to help me get out of the house. So the whole thing about focusing on yourself, I'm a master at that physically. I can actually just be in hermit mode for a very long time and just be fine with it. But it's the whole fixing in here with me, myself, and the third in here. That's the one thing I'm learning to clean that up. And it's going to take some time, but we'll get there. But people who are focusing on themselves, how you do that, because you just focus on you completely until you know for sure you're ready in here. And a lot of people could be outside influences that say, well, you know, it's taking you 6 months, when you're going to come out. It's taking you 8 months, when you're going to come out. It's taking you a year, when it's going to come out. Hey man, I'm not okay in here. I'm not okay in here. I know I'm not okay in here. And I need to fix that. And I'm not afraid to admit that I need to fix that. It's just some people think that, well, aren't you happy? Aren't you fine? Well, it's like, I'm breathing. I'm living, you know? So, I mean, are you happy? You know, you really think about these things. Like, are you happy? Really happy? Like, are you really happy? Yeah. So, I just think that the people that really question you while you're doing this is that they just don't understand how you can continue doing this for this long and be okay with that. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm focusing on me, you know? And the last thing I want to do is to evolve new people or involve anybody, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm not okay in here. If I ain't okay in here, then I just need to focus on that. But I'm trying not to focus too much on the work. I'm trying to get out more. That's why we're going to concerts throughout this year, so we can do that. But if people talk to me about focusing on yourself, I'm all for it. I'm an advocate of focusing on yourself. I could be in hermit mode for like a very long time and then come out when I'm ready. And if I'm not ready in a year 2 or 3, man, that's okay too. That's okay too. And life is a journey, not a race. I'll keep saying that. Life is a journey, not a race. A lot of people think it's a race, and it certainly is not.
Need to focus on themselves.
And people who actually made it in their, you know, or did it in their younger years compared to people who took time within their older, you know, I mean, everyone's journey is different, and people just need to understand that. Well, that's my rant for today. Crap, my battery's gonna die!